Alright, so, as you all may know, I build a lot of Redstone computers and things, and, recently I've been working on several projects involving ternary, and, ternary computers, and, well, I have made no progress on that project. Actually, I've started a different project, but, this is the thing. So you see, when I get started on one project, I end up doing another project. It's just like how I am. Like, I'll go halfway through one thing and then start another thing. Okay, if that makes any sense. Basically, I've made huge progress on this instead. This is the new ALU for the next computer, and it's gonna be, well, it's much better. It's way more compact. It's 8 bits. It should be pretty workable. And we can get rid of this thing because it's in the way. It's in the way of future progress. This thing is the future. Alright, I guess it's time to talk about it. So this ALU features a new system for busing data up to the very top of it. It uses, what are these guys called? Instant repeaters. Let's go ahead and take a look at some instant repeater action. Let's, get a good view. Instant. There we go. And I mean, it doesn't really need it for our... Well, actually, it kind of does need it for up here. But, it's kind of interesting. Multiplexer system. That's about the same as the other one over there. I've just made it way smaller and way more efficient. I haven't even finished the multiplexer, in fact. I have to make part of the multiplexer. So, I'm gonna go ahead and make the multiplexer. Alright, so as you all saw in that quick little time lapse, we just built the multiplexer for the top level. So next, the next thing I'll have to do is actually multiplex all of these multiplexers, which these guys go together, these guys then go together, and then the outputs from those guys go together. So it's a pretty simple part. I won't be doing that. Instead, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at something else that's a bit more interesting. Maybe we'll find something else to do, in the meantime. So some things I need to clarify is that, you know what? Okay, so over here I actually haven't done any combinations or haven't really worked on these guys much, even though I should probably work on them and make videos about them, since there's literally no trinary gate videos, except for, well, maybe there's one, but it's probably really obscure. So I should probably make more videos about those, but not right now. Instead, we're going over to where I'm working on the adder. And things are getting a little interesting, because I'm not really sure how to go about doing this in a way that it's gonna work and be small and compact, and that's the problem with this. So here's the original prototype for the binary, or no, the trinary adder. We have 1 and 2, basically these are just like 1 and 2, and it's using 8 bits, kinda. But the goal is to use analog redstone to, do this. And the problem this has is that it can only really add 1, so if the number here is 2 and it adds 1, it doesn't actually add 1. The signal strength is going to be 2, because 2 is stronger than 1, and basically it'll only just demonstrate. So that's 2. We have, this is carrying over to here. It's not 3. It should be 3. That's the problem with this design. So over here, I started working on compacting it a bit more. the actual, this part of it, because I wasn't happy with it. And then I moved on to this. And I was going to work with red coders. And whenever it hits 3, I was going to make it check which of these are on, compare it with the 3, and then do what it needs to do. Problem is, and this is a big problem, hooking these things up in a way that's not going to create spaghetti. And I couldn't figure out a way to do that. So we need a better idea, a better solution. There's always a better answer, and I don't really know the answer to this. But I don't want to work on it right now, because I do have the other project going. So this is going to be put on hold. It's going to end up on the back of my list of things to do. Just like everything else. That's why I have a pile of circuit boards, is because whenever I decide I want to do something, and then I just end up not getting to it. Because I put it at the back of my list for a while, because I end up finding a million other things I want to do. So I think I need to take a look at how ternary addition works. First things first. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. So that would be 1 in the 3's place, okay? Basically, we're just carrying over this 1 because, you know, we've added 1 and 2. So we just carry over the 1 to the next place, and then we do it again. So 3 and 1 should be, 4. Pretty simple. Which is where things get interesting, because in binary, you can only add 1 and 1. It's simple. You can add 1 and another number that's also represented in the same way, in a very similar way. So it makes it very easy to add it, so you end up with this. Whereas in ternary, the number could be 2 things. It could be 1 or 2. So if you're adding 1 and you're adding it to 2, that's not going to be the same as 1 plus 1. That's going to be 3. That's not going to be 2. It's going to be 3. If it makes any sense. It's a bit complicated, but it's the problem with these designs, is that I can't find a way to add properly. But there's something interesting about comparators, and you can actually do addition with them by inverting subtraction, and it makes no sense, but it's actually how these converters work. Is they literally just do inverse subtraction. So we're gonna set up something so I can demonstrate this all for you, so you can so y'all can understand. But basically, this is the basic output. Then if we take another comparator, do redstone here, and then we hook it up like this. Boom. So now whatever signal strengths we put into these, let's say I'm putting in I don't know whatever signal strength this is. Oh, you know what? I could just do it with you know what they're called? They're called item frames. Item frames are great. I haven't used item frames for anything in a very long time. Where's my item frames? Item frames. Block do redstone. Ah, cadre. Does this actually work? I think this works. Okay, there we go. Look at this. So we can add what is the signal strength? This is 8. So it's 8 plus let's say it's 8 plus 2. That gives us 10. Wait a second. Is this a oh, because there's 8 positions. Each one has a signal strength of 2. So by default, they're going to be at the number. So so we get 3 plus 1, 3 plus 2, or 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. So basically, you can do addition by just doing this. Pretty interesting, huh? And now you can even simplify it by allowing binary inputs to go through and subtracting from these. But that's how those work. They convert binary to this. And I'm kind of interested now, because these things, they seem to represent octal, because there's 8 positions they can be in. That's kind of interesting, you know what I mean? So I did just think about something, and it's kind of interesting to think about it, but so when you take out a signal strength of these, right, you take out your signal strength, when it hits the end, what if we had it just carry over to its own little thing? Like, it adds its own digit to this thing. And the problem is that these things are already... It'd have to... Okay, that's the issue we keep running into. That's the problem. I need to think about it. Anyway, so if you all have enjoyed today's episode, I think I've run out of time. I've recorded several sections so I can edit them all together and make a nice little video of all the things we're working on right now. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll be doing something else because I don't want to do this tomorrow. I want to work on something interesting or show you all something interesting, and it's on my mind. So hey, stay tuned for tomorrow. And you know, if you're new here, subscribe, like, leave comment if you have comments. Okay, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.